All right, beautiful SLK. Let's see what we got going. What you got under the hood? Yeah! Huh? What's going on here? Oh no! What is that? Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of 3 Points Garage. What I have here is a 2008 SLK350 with an unfortunate 272 V6 engine. These things had some balance shaft issues, but we'll get into that. And you know what? Let's pull this thing out of this garage. This is my friend's garage. Let's go ahead and pull this thing out into the light and we'll look at it a little more. All right, so we're back here on a beautiful fall day. We have the really pretty, actually. This is the pre-facelift SLK350. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. I got this off of a car lot. I think it's been sitting for a while. It's got new tires, but when I first got it, the brake rotors were completely rusted over. As you can see, there's leaves everywhere. If you look deep down here, there's a rat's nest that we need to get that out. So hopefully there's nothing chewed through. But if you look at the sides of this car, it looks pretty good. No door dings that I can see. I'm sure once I wash it and polish it up, it'll be better. It's been sitting out in the sun for quite a while. All this is messed up. The door seals, they look pretty good. Not too bad. This is a hardtop convertible, so the whole roof falls right back into the trunk, which is pretty sweet. Again, some sun damage here on these panels here. The back of the car, as you can see, is just absolutely gorgeous. Some dual exhaust, not too shabby. Nice new tires. Unfortunately, the date codes are about, let's see what those codes are. Yep, 2018. So, I don't know, not too bad, but I can tell you, it rides pretty rough. It's not, it definitely doesn't ride like a Mercedes, but I think that has a lot to do with the suspension. It's probably rotted out. So let's get to work on this thing, see what we got. Let's clean it up. If we go into the interior, it's actually really nice. I know this door speaker here is blown. Other than that, they have a little bit of some heat checks and some cracks in the steering wheel. Other than that, everything is actually really, really nice in here. It's only got about 78,000 miles on it. You can see here the different colors of the front. This is like a plasticky material. The front cylinder was leaking. I think it still is. So I'm gonna have to pull that down eventually to see what the story is with that. But really, an overall nice car. These things here, this is called the air scarf. So when you have the top down, you can have warm air blowing over your neck to keep you warm when it's a little bit cooler outside. Not too bad. First things first, let's get this part of this engine cover off. Looks like this clip is broken. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that clip is smashed in. Yep. That clip there is smashed in. It's supposed to look like that. I could probably get a screwdriver and pop that out. Again, this car kind of confuses me because why would you put brand new tires on a vehicle that you're just going to trade in? Well, the story I got from the dealer was that he only bought from new car dealerships. So these are new car turn-ins that they just couldn't put on their lot. So that's where he picks them up from. So what I see here that makes this car very, very interesting are these guys right here, these wiring harnesses. These are not factory. These come from Mercedes, and what they're for is because these magnets, I call them cam magnets, I don't know the exact name for them. You can see one a little bit better over here. These cam magnets, they have an internal failure, and all the Mercedes guys know that they leak internally and they can push oil through the wiring harness back to the engine computer, and that ruins the engine computer and you need a whole new harness, and that's pretty expensive. So this right here tells me that somebody took very good care of this car and had these installed on there, probably at the dealer. What else? Oh, let's check the oil cap. Ooh, let's give that a sniff. Oh, it smells like fresh new oil. I think this car was very well maintained. I have to check on the Carfax. I know, of course, not everything is on the Carfax. After we pull the rest of this stuff off, we're gonna have to find the engine number and figure out where it is, because there's a serial number. Eventually they corrected, or they made at least a better balance shaft material. It's actually the gear of the shaft that wears out and throws metal through your whole system. But this is so well maintained, it may have been fixed, because I believe they fixed it under either a warranty or a recall. So that's what we can check. So let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned up. So we're back. We took the top off this thing. It's really held in place by this one latch in the back here. I'm gonna spray this thing down eventually with some degreaser and some water, but I don't want to spray down the computer here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these connectors off. We're gonna wrap this. We're gonna wrap this, and we're gonna wrap this sensor here, the air intake, in plastic, and then we'll get to work. These are pretty easy. You just pull these, give them a good little tug, and they eventually they pop right off. And then this pulls right up. There's your engine computer right there. We'll go ahead and clean this too. Okay, so I was able to get the rat's nest that was here. If you park your car outside under trees or store it, this is what you're gonna end up with. Stuff like this in the little crevices. Thank goodness that thing was dead, or it's not around anymore. I didn't want to see it. But we sprayed it down with engine degreaser. I'm gonna let it sit now for a little bit. I'll come back with some more degreaser, and then I will agitate it a little bit with a paintbrush or something like that, just to get it a little cleaner. All right, so we gave it a quick wash and dry. As you can see, I don't know how well it's gonna come through with the camera, but it's pretty bad. The paint, I mean, it's smooth to the touch right now, but it needs a good old buffing. And then, of course, after washing it, I found this giant gaping hole. That must have been pretty bad. Whatever fell on it right there. So I'll have to get that fixed. But it's coming together. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to clay bar it and see what happens next. All right, now we're back after a clay bar, and it is very smooth now, but it's still pretty dull. You can't see it really on the camera, but it's also bringing out some weird, this is not reflections of the clouds. This is just something, imperfections in the paint. I don't know. I know this car has been repainted at least once, because it does have some damage on the Carfax, but it's just, it needs to be buffed. There's no doubt about it. Even though the paint is very smooth, I can't do anything about it. I will put some wax on it. I should do like a little hand polish, but I really don't have time for that right now. So I will put some wax on it since I did clay bar it, and we'll see what that does, but I'm not too excited about how it might look. You know what? Let's get to the engine now. Let's go ahead and spray that down. Okay, I sprayed it down with some more cleaner, and you need to agitate it. I just use a little paintbrush or something like that. It's not gonna, nothing that's very abrasive. It's not gonna mess up anything. It's not gonna unplug any plugs. All it's gonna do is just agitate some of this dirt and grease and get it taken off. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna look a lot better when it's done. So I just kind of go around here, all around the little pieces, especially the super greasy pieces that I saw with these magnets, which I don't think the magnets are bad. It's probably just the seal, the little O-ring that goes in there. I'm not gonna fix anything right now. I don't have the time, plus I'm not in my garage, and I would really like to have my son help me on a lot of this stuff. He's going to be 13 soon, and I'd like to get him introduced to Mercedes, but I think it's really nice to get him introduced to something a little bit more simple than, say, an S-Class, which is what I'm gonna get here soon. So once we get this all cleaned up, then we'll get to have fun with it, take it apart. So people always complain that this is not a good idea to wet down the entire engine, but I do have the electrical connectors that I wanted plugged up. This air intake here is plugged up. All the connectors are waterproof, so as long as you're not throwing a whole bunch of water pressure at it, it all should be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a light spray down and then just let it dry. And here we go. After the cleaning, it's been drying for a little while. So much better. Still very oily in the front where those cam gaskets, the cam magnet gaskets are, but so much better. I cleaned the top too. So when we will come back, I'll put everything back together. We'll see how it looks. So as promised, we went from before. Now we have the after. I think it makes a huge difference in the presentation. And of course, once I get back to my shop, we'll be able to clean it up a lot better. So this will be the end of this video. It certainly looks a lot different than when we first drove it up here. When we cleaned the engine, We clay barred and washed the outside. I went ahead and did a light compound by hand just to try to make it a little better. If you want some of this, it's pretty good. It gets away a lot of the water stains. But as you can see, we still have a little bit of work to do. We still need to buff it out. There's a problem with the light, which was my fault. I'll get to that in another video. This windshield's pretty pitted. We might have to get another one. But as you can see, the top works just fine. And I can't wait to get started on this video with my kids to show them how to fix some of these things, the problems on this car. Oh, also the windshield wipers don't work. Don't know why yet, but we'll figure it out. So thank you for joining me. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. It really helps us out. The button is free. It doesn't really hurt anybody. So again, end of this video. Thank you very much.